Welcome back to India. We start off this week on a serious note. A closer look at how safe your car really is in a crash with ASEAN NCAP. Next, a Sepang session like none other. This time it's the bus and truck heroes testing their skills at the Scania Driver Competition 2013. Then we catch up with Moto2 racer Hafiz Sharin to find out what kind of music he listens to before setting the circuit ablaze. Finally, we got stuck in mud in the Subaru Forester. Find out how that ends. Enjoy! As the nation's economy develops, the number of cars on the road, of course, is increased. In 1995, every car sold would see it used by at least 3 persons. In 2010, those numbers dwindled down to only 1.4 person for every car on the road. Now, with the rise in number of cars, of course there will be a rise in the number of road accidents. In 2010 alone, 6,800 road fatalities were recorded from 414,000 road accidents. Now, of course, the numbers are always going to be going up, but this is something we should never stop worrying about. And who should worry the most? Car manufacturers. So what do they need to do? They need to make better and safer cars. And how do we, the public, know that those cars are indeed better and safer? ASEAN NCAP. ASEAN NCAP is a collaborative effort between the Malaysian Institute of Road Safety Research, or MIROS, and Global NCAP, in which the latter funded the first phase of the project. In January 2013, ASEAN NCAP has published the results of the first phase involving 7 popular models in the region's market. At this stage, 2 separate assessments conducted in the rating scheme, which is Adult Occupant Protection, or AOP, by star rating, and Child Occupant Protection, or COP, by percentage-based rating. Everything about the tests done is measured. Everything is taken into account, no details are spared, and uniformity is key. Alright, the technology used is pretty much the same as Euro NCAP. I'm standing here on the winch that will pull the car right to the wall. Alright, I better jump off before I become splattered on the wall. Now this winch is able to pull the car all the way up to the wall, and the speed that is regulated for this exercise is 64 kilometers an hour. Now, why 64 kilometers an hour or 40 miles an hour? Well, that is the accepted speed in which an impact normally happens. You never really have your foot down on the throttle at full speed when you are about to go into an impact. So 64 kilometers an hour is the speed that is accepted for this crash test. Now, that speed is the same for any car, any type, at any time at all. Alright? And once the desired speed is reached, and then boom, crash test happens. The 50th percentile male dummy, which made its first appearance in 1976, is a familiar crash test dummy, and he is now a family man. Standing upright, he would be 175 centimeters tall and weighs 77 kilograms. He is joined by Miss Hybrid 3, a 5th percentile female dummy, at a diminutive 152 centimeters tall and 50 kilograms. The 3 Hybrid 3 child dummies represent a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Now this car over here is a Mazda 2. I know, it looks like it has seen better days. Well, it probably has. But you know what? This car actually fared fairly well. It scored 4 stars in its recent NCAP crash test. Now, look, whilst things might be bobbing out and things are in bits and pieces, what is important is that whatever happens out here does not translate to pain and hurt to the people inside. Now, this is of course a good example of how a crumple zone works, but at the same time keeping its occupants safe and sound inside, and with as minimal as injuries as possible. Now, in the first and second phase of the ASEAN NCAP crash test, they only do full frontal testing. But in the third phase, which will be launched very, very soon, they are also going to be incorporating side impact into their evaluation. This only means that the cars are going to be given even more thorough testing to make sure that the cars are safe for Malaysians to travel with their families on Malaysian roads and also eventually in ASEAN. This is the Wall of Fame. These are some of the 20 cars that have been crash tested here for the ASEAN NCAP, and part of the 69 odd cars that has gone through a crash testing here in the name of research and development. Now we hope that this will actually be a catalyst for greater things to come for both Miros and the PC3 facility, because what every single person wants out there is to be travelling in a safe environment, not only for him or herself, but also for their loved ones around them. Now with this sort of testing done here actively, car companies are giving it the full nod.